Hello everyone, Philopater here, and welcome to another exciting episode of Total War Rome 2. In this battle, I will be playing as Rome, and I will be bringing the same Roman army that was brought by my opponent in the previous battle. So this is a pre-Marian Roman army, 4 Triarii, 4 Principes, 5 Hastati, 2 Velites, Legionary Cav, and Equitae Extraordinarii, and then 1 Legatus. And again, as mentioned in my last video, a real pre-Marian army would have been closer to 5 Principae and 3 Triarii. See, I can't even say it right. That's how embarrassed my tongue is. Now my opponent, whose name is James Lau, is bringing a Carthaginian army. And unlike my army in the previous video, he is bringing a numbers-heavy infantry army. I don't know if he has any cavalry. Right now all we can see are these Gallic warriors, but just know that there is a smorgasbord of infantry in this forest. There are mercenary Gallic warriors, Libyan hoplites, Libyan swordsmen, a bunch of Libyan peltasts, even an African pikeman, and then somewhere, I think they're here on the left flank, mercenary noble fighters, there they are. I'm gonna stick their heads up. Another cool looking unit. Carthage just has such an amazing variety of infantry choices. Not all of them are good, of course, and half of them are mercenaries, but what's to be expected from a mercenary-heavy faction like Carthage? Anyway, so we're just squaring up. I hadn't seen Libyan peltasts in a while, or really peltasts of any kind. It seemed like when the Cretan archers got their nerf with the shields on their back, suddenly Eastern archers and Gallic hunters and the other archers became much more viable, and so people started bringing more archers, but fewer peltasts. I'm an idiot here, didn't realize my legionary cav was in range of the peltasts, and it's actually going to happen again on this side, just totally not paying attention. And so I'm going to lose 3 men each. In the meantime, I decide I don't have to take this. It's a unit of Libyan peltasts and mercenary Gallic warriors. And I should have known that this would end poorly, because I loved using Libyan peltasts, a few months ago. They're particularly strong units. Not the strongest peltasts in the game, but on level of Bactrian peltasts, the really heavily armored javelin troops. So I'm not going to kill, let's see, I don't think I'm going to kill any peltasts. Libyan infantry are going to come in and get a javelin volley off. Mercenary Gallic warriors are only going to lose 10 men on the charge. This is really embarrassing, the way my cavalry performed on that charge. Not 100% sure what happened. I bring my Velites up to reinforce, but the Libyan peltasts are going to scare them off. There they go. And it's at this point that I realize that despite being really bad with my cavalry thus far, I have a cavalry advantage. And perhaps I can surround him. General coming out to try and get to the Velites. I'm going to scare him off with my Extraordinarii. There they go. And yeah, little bits of maneuvering. I'm going to move my line up. James Lau does not want to move out of the forest, which is fine. It's totally acceptable. And yeah, now you can see much better all of his infantry. And like I said, there's even an African pikeman here in the mix. That's a unit you don't see too often. Now, Carthage is doing something really good. He's getting his infantry facing in the appropriate directions, and has basically formed a nice little box that I now have to figure out a way to break. And I'm not 100% sure if I can. The idea should be that the Hastati come in and do a lot of damage against the front of the line, and then the Principes come forward and finish them off. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any decisive cavalry charges to help speed along the process of me winning. Hastati going up against Libyan infantry, that's going to end, or sorry, not Libyan infantry, Libyan hoplites, that's only going to end one way. Gallic warriors coming in to reinforce. My Equites got a charge off on these mercenary Gallic warriors, and they're going to rout instantly. And Hastati coming through. And I now have my cavalry trying to chase away these pelts. This doesn't quite work. So instead I decide to go after this front line that my opponent is using. More Gallic warriors and more Hastati going one-on-one. I think they're not exactly even. Let's see. I don't know which one will actually win, and of course the Hastati are taking javelins, so yeah, not a fair fight. Mercer noble fighters just ripping their way through Hastati. Let's see. I'm trying to avoid these African pikemen here in the middle. I'm trying to do my best to avoid them. But Carthage is able to position his Libyan peltasts right behind them. I'm not able to break through all the infantry, and so I'm going to take lots more javelins than I should. Now here's something bizarre. I get my legionary cavalry into these Libyan peltasts. This should have been an easy fight, and it's not. These peltasts are actually going to beat my legionary cavalry. I was going to reinforce with these Principes, but I thought, it's legionary cavalry. Of course they'll beat the peltasts. But no. So later on in the battle, these Principes are going to have to come back and finish mopping up the peltasts. A lot of wasted time. Yeah. My Velites, let's see. My Velites, they've gotten a couple of kills. Most of the kills were on mercenary Gallic warriors, so nothing too impressive. Principes going up against Libyan infantry and Libyan peltasts. Carthage again maneuvering his infantry to stop any cavalry charges. And let's see what we got here. Triarii going up against noble fighters, or Libyan infantry. Nope, Libyan infantry. Noble fighters are over here. Again, pikemen moving around trying to get the best angles of engagement. The idea is to try and get your pikemen in an area where your opponent is forced to attack you. So, for example, in this fight, even though they're not quite facing the right way, he can push his pikes through the mercenary Gallic warriors and get into my Hastati. Trying to keep units in reserve where I can and look for gaps that I can exploit, but Carthage is doing an extremely good job with his infantry, keeping everybody in line, yeah. Oh, it was my general that came in and finished these Libyan peltasts. And, let's see. Oh, you missed it. In an absolutely brilliant move, I war-cried my own general. Apparently, that is a thing you can do. Really? They're gonna live! This is absurd. Get my general around, try and get a charge off on the Libyan infantry. Not the best charge in the world. And as you can see, I've got a nice surround going. It's just not quite enough at the moment. Finally get some cavalry into the peltasts, and they are killed instantly. My general gets into the peltasts. He is also going to die. And this, in the end, is going to be kind of the deciding factor, that my general is going to die fighting these peltasts, while the Carthaginian general, even though it's only at 10 men, I managed to get a charge off on them, the general's bodyguard is going to survive. And it's going to just play absolute havoc with the morale systems of the two armies. My Triarii are going up against the pikemen. I think at that point I just didn't care. I was looking elsewhere. I was trying to get them through this gap, but it just wasn't to be. Obviously, the pikemen are not winning particularly fast, and Triarii will hold out nearly forever against the pikemen. But there they go, pushing forward a little bit. And yeah. My general is dead. He did not get any chance to use effective abilities. Principes dying. Hastati are dying. Yes, it's not looking particularly good, but I still have a chance. Oh, wait, no, sorry, there's my general. What is he up to? 80 kills? That's not so bad. Poke. Poke. Oh, that was more of a body slam than a real poke. Let's see. This guy might get out of there. I don't know. Triarii are still fighting the pikemen. That's just stupid on my part. But I now pull them off to the side, and I'm going to get them to try and reinforce this fight over here. Mercenary Gallic warriors attacked by Triarii in the rear, and that's going to cause them to rout. Yeah. I'm winning on the right flank, but I've lost in the center, and I'm just barely holding on the left. And let's see. There it is, General's Bodyguard, and he's going to be able to keep doing these rallies. Where is it? Come on, what ability is this? Come on. So yeah, rally, and the defensive abilities, he's going to be able to keep popping those as the battle goes on. And my Triarii are going to fight practically to the death, so great job on them, I think. Oh, I have them in testudo. I should have put them in square. Horrible. That's why they're suddenly falling apart. But I'm going to notice and take them out of it, and then they will continue fighting. So again, I've won on the right flank for the most part. this unit of Libyan infantry is actually winning against Triarii. So, whereas my Triarii on the left are going to hold extremely well, this Libyan infantry on the right is going to hold extremely well, and yeah, it's looking worse and worse for me. Trying to get these Triarii to chase away the general. James is doing a great job keeping his general alive, and again, able to pop these abilities is going to swing the battle in his favor eventually, in about 4 minutes. Yeah, sorry about that phone ring, I had to go take care of it. Anyways, so here we are. My Triarii are still holding out. These Libyan infantry are still holding out. This is... look at these guys. And they're not in shield wall or anything. They're just not dying. And even though I have Hastati coming at them from the back, even though I have these Hastati coming at them from the back, they're still not dying. Let's see. In the middle, what have we got here? Principes chasing away Libyan Peltis, getting hit from behind by pikes. But the pikes, for the most part, okay, now they're actually up. And I have to simply pull my men out of the way. They're going to threaten to rout because they're all over the place. Yeah. And we're just going to speed this up a little bit and watch it as it happens. Triarii still holding out. Peltis, and there they are, another rally. This is extremely frustrating. Unfortunately, he decides, or I guess fortunately for me, he decides to take his pikemen and not chase off my Principes. So these Libyan infantry finally routed. And yeah, Libyan Peltis going to be able to do a wonderful job against my Principes, but I'm bringing in my Triarii here to try and get to the fight, but he is using his pikemen to screen while making sure to keep his general alive. So I think it looks like I'm going to get him. Yep. General charges. General has 5 men left, but he doesn't die. This is frustrating. Pretty sure, let's see. Where is he? Oh yeah, there he is. Still alive. Triarii still trying to chase him down. This isn't going to work. And now it's just the last bits of infantry fighting in the middle. Another, what have we got here? Another rally. Extremely frustrating dealing with this. It looks like I actually have more infantry now than he does. But these pikemen... come on, pikemen. 80 kills on the pikemen. Simply able to screen effectively. I'm not able to get a surround off on the infantry. He's going to be able to pop another rally any second now, and I'm simply going to lose the battle. There it is. Our raised banner on that one. So yeah. Let's watch the pikemen go at it. I think at this point I just don't care. I'm going to send my Triarii against the pikemen, help eliminate their demise. I actually think I have this unit turned backwards. Nope. But I realize it's it for me. So a great game to my opponent. Let's take a quick look at the statistics. And here you can see what my Carthaginian opponent actually brought. African pikemen are a huge risk, but they did a great job and kept themselves alive. Let's see, it was these mercenary noble fighters that ended up carrying the day. And just a long, drawn-out, drag-em-out fight. Lots of kills on almost everything except these Libyan hoplites. Let's see, some of my Hastati did a fantastic job. Some of my Principes did a fantastic job. But in the end, it was his general being alive and able to pop the rallies and the raised banners that enabled him to win. So again, great game to my opponent. Well done on your part. You fought well. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this battle, and I will see you in the next one.